Hello, welcome to Video Mania 2. I'm the dude manning the counter, Duncan, and today I am very excited to talk to you about one of my all-time favorite martial arts films. It had a place on the video store shelves, and it picked up a following there, and it also picked up a following on TBS, and then people would rent the unedited version, to watch it all. And it's none other than The Perfect Weapon, starring Jeff Speakman in his debut role. It was directed by Mark DeSalle, who also worked on Kickboxer and Bloodsport. He worked with Van Damme very early in his career. This movie is awesome. And it also has Professor Tanaka. For all you really old school wrestling fans, he went as far back even before my time into wrestling fandom. So, he was old school for sure, but he was the main bad guy. Tanaka, who Jeff Speakman had to fight at the end. It also has James Hong, who is in this, and also Mariska Hargitay before she went to Law and Order. So you got some future stars in here. This movie is just a classic. And Jeff Speakman, for those who don't know, he was a master of a martial arts style called Kenpo, which is ever evolving. It was founded by a martial arts master named Ed Parker. Well, I don't know if Kenpo was founded by him, but he brought his system and evolved it a lot, and he made it more popular. He taught Elvis Presley, among other people. He was very well known and a real martial arts mind. He was very good, and he also, instructed Jeff Speakman for a while and supervised some of the scenes in this. Actually, he oversaw and got to see some scenes of it before his unfortunate passing. He died much too young. Jeff Speakman talked about that, how he still has so much to give as far as martial arts, contributions. So, as I said, it's Jeff Speakman's debut. He plays a guy named Jeff Sanders, and Jeff Sanders is this kind of wild kid who lost his mother at a young age. His dad's a cop, and he's raising him and his brother on his own. And, Jeff gets a little wilder and more rebellious. And the actor Mako plays Kim, who's a friend of his dad's, and he suggests Kenpo school. And his dad's like, "This isn't one of those hippie schools, is it?" And he's like, "No, this will teach self-discipline." So he goes and he learns that. And he learns discipline and respect, but he doesn't learn everything. So now he can kick everyone's ass, but he still has a little bit to learn. And he has an incident in high school where he really beats a guy up pretty bad, and so his dad's like, "I want you out of the house." So Jeff goes out on his own, because his teacher's like, all the martial arts parts, but some of the maturity and responsibility comes with these skills. You're not quite there yet. You're a tiger, not a dragon. The dragon's wiser than the tiger. The tiger just reacts. So, you have that martial arts philosophy in there. And so that's told, and Jeff goes and visits Kim, and, to see his old friend and, go back to his old hometown. And that's where the chaos starts, because there's Korean mafia and they give Kim a hard time, and then Jeff uses the Kenpo karate on these guys. And that's basically the plot. He tries to kind of find out who killed Kim gets killed. This happens early in the movie, so I'm not spoiling anything. And so he has to find out who's responsible, and that's what he wants to do. And so he also meets a kid that kind of looks up to him, and so he needs to solve this mystery too, because is he being played? But the Kenpo scenes in here are amazing. The martial arts choreography. I watched an interview with Jeff Speakman, and this movie isn't massive budget by any means, but back then you could get so much more money, your money's worth. And so the martial arts scenes, like he goes to a gym, he's like, "You need to tell me where one of these henchmen hangs out." And they're like, "No." And he was like, "Okay, if I kick all three of your asses, you'll point me in the right direction." And that sets up an awesome scene in this dojo kind of slash gym. And, Jeff Speakman gets to use his scenes, and he got to choreograph it, so you get to see his Kenpo skills. And Kenpo, it's a unique martial art. It's not like Taekwondo or some other stuff. It has very complex philosophy, and it's choreographed beautifully. And You know, it just has some hard-hitting fights, and they don't make martial arts movies like this anymore. So anyway, he goes on, and it eventually puts him on a clash with the Korean mob boss and Professor Tanaka, who is not going to be an easy guy to take down. So it's all set up beautifully and pretty well acted. Jeff Speakman does a good job here. And it's kind of a shame he didn't get to do more stuff. I went on that in my speed video, how he was supposed to get that movie and what happened with that. And a real shame because he had a good screen presence, and then the Kempo karate was so unique and so different. Even today, you don't see that kind of stuff. So, you know, he did some other movies, one called Street Night, which was actually pretty good. Some people like it, some people don't, but I did. But it's not even on a DVD. I got it on VHS, and so. But The Perfect Weapon was his first, and it's his best movie. And I highly recommend it if you're a fan of martial arts movies. I remember I was leaving my friend's house, and his dad came home, and I saw The Perfect Weapon, and I was like, "What's that about? Is it a martial arts movie?" And I'd never heard of Jeff Speakman before, but then you know, I was in a hotel room one night, and HBO was running it, and I was like, "Wow, this movie is awesome!" So I absolutely love it. And so I recommend it if you want to see an older martial arts film and movies that they don't make it like this anymore. You know, they sure don't make them like this anymore. That's definitely the case with this. So I got a Blu-ray of it. You know, you can get a DVD. There's other stuff, but it's an absolute classic, and I can't recommend it enough. So let me know in the comments if you've seen it. Do you like older martial arts movies? Let me know any of that. And don't forget to like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. And take care. I'll see you tomorrow.